Hello Capricorn, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with the Three of Pentacles. This is a lot of cooperation. I feel like this is a situation in your life right now taking place maybe at work, maybe at some kind of a community organization or a charitable organization, something you're involved with. I think it's outside of the home, and it involves other people, right? There's some kind of a cooperative effort here. There's some kind of a common goal, but let's put that into some context. I've got a little bit of air energy coming in. Tower, High Priestess, oh, the Fool. Huh. All right, oh, some water energy. There is your power card. And we've got some more court cards here. Interesting. We do have your power card. This is the Devil card here. This is you here projected into the environment, right? This is an interesting card because having the Devil in this position kind of means like it's time to do you. Right? It's time for you to focus on your needs. It's time for you to really look at yourself and what you are after right now. Let's take a look a little bit deeper. But first, we'll select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. I really like this, having the Fool and having that Devil energy. We'll put the mystery card here. We'll put Mr. Tao, the yin-yang duck, right there on top. And, you know, we're not going to look at that card until the very end of the reading. So no peeking. Oops, I bumped into him. And it will tie everything together, right? It will give us the confirmation we need. But if at any point during the reading you get an idea, a sense, a feeling of what that card is, put your prediction in the comments below. All right. Let's see if we can tap into our intuition, raise our vibrations, and let's try to figure out that mystery card together, right, as a group exercise. Yeah, I hope you play along. All right, first things first, let's look around the room again. We've got major, major, major. We got this tower. We got some fire. Got some water here. Four of Cups, interesting. We have some air, and then we've got some earth energies. Okay, so I think that there's something going on in your. Again, this, to me, it feels like a workplace. It doesn't have to be your job or your employment, though, okay? When I say work, I just mean like whatever you leave the house to go do every day, right? It could be a community organization, a charitable organization. It could be your job, your employment, your career, right? Your business, whatever it might be. But I feel like it's something going on outside of the home, and we've got that Eight of Swords. There's some sort of a miscommunication here, and kind of what I feel like is the High Priestess back here. She's just catching my eye here. This one, I feel like there's somebody in this scenario, in this situation, in this location, that is sending you some mixed signals. Okay, and I feel like you're going to be a little bit confused as to how to interpret these signals. Okay, this might be something already happening, but it might be something that is coming up in the next couple of weeks. You may start to notice someone in this location giving you some messages that you may not really, that they could kind of go either way. There's a little bit of innuendo there, right? we're unsure how to receive those messages. It kind of feels like this person is secretly interested in you, right? That they have perhaps some intense feelings for you. And they're not really being very open and honest about it. They're just kind of dropping hints. They're being kind of subtle, you know. And I think you're picking up on this, but you're not really sure how to interpret it. You're not sure what it means, and you don't know if it's something that you should confront. You don't know if it's something that you should respond to as if it were very direct. We see some issues here with between all of these cards, really, but with the Fool and the Tower and this Four of Cups. All right. I think that these messages are coming in. This person's dropping some sort of hints to you. It feels to me like they're very interested in you. But that's kind of beside the point, right? The idea is that whatever decision you make runs the risk of really kind of ruining something that you've already got going on. And what I mean is, if you approach this the wrong way, it might, perhaps really alter this friendship or this collaboration or this workplace relationship, right? This kind of coworker relationship or a friendship kind of thing. And also, for those of you that are already in a relationship, pursuing this much further or even looking into it or trying to get more information or trying to open up a dialogue might put your existing relationship at risk. You know, we've got that Tower. So you have this understanding that you do the wrong thing, you're kind of blowing something up here. Okay. At the same time, we've got the Fool energy. At the same time, there's part of you that really kind of wants to explore this energy, wants to see what this person is all about. Again, it feels like they have some intense feelings for you, but I don't think that they are being very open and honest about it. They're not being very direct, probably because they see you as someone who's not really available. Okay, we've got the Four of Cups over here. And not to mention that we've got all this fire and earth up here. They see you as someone who is all about the business, that you're very focused, you're very intense. And I don't think they're kind of shy, right? Here's the Princess of Swords at the top. They want to tell you, but they kind of don't want to tell you. They want you to kind of figure it out, and then you can initiate the conversation because they're a little intimidated by you. And I think really there's a part of you that is pretty open to this, that is interested in exploring what the possibilities are or could be, even if it's just as a kind of just a fantasy, right? Just a kind of imagination or something like that. There is the opportunity here for you to pursue something if you're not already in a relationship, right? There's that desire to perhaps see what this is all about. Doesn't hurt to have the conversation, right? Because the Fool is an energy that says you can explore as much as you want to explore. It's all just rather innocent at this point, right? And because there is the Four of Cups here, this tells me that emotionally you're ready for something new. I think wherever you are now, and this for those, if you're in a relationship now or if you're not in a relationship, the Four of Cups says that you're ready for something more. That you're stable, you're okay, you're good where you are. But you do ultimately want something better. So this Tower energy that's down below is almost a secret wish, I think. You know, it almost feels like you want something to happen because you want to get out of this stagnating energy that you're in. I think you're very business oriented. You're very much in this mode of hardworking, organized, goal oriented. You know, you're all about the business. And I think that's what really makes you so attractive to this person, right, is that you kind of seem disinterested in those kinds of personal things, right, or those maybe romantic or interpersonal things so much. And I think what's going on here, because we've got this the Eight of Swords is really what's the centerpiece here, because I feel like you are having some mixed thoughts about it. I think emotionally you're ready, because you have this, it's kind of a cold energy, to be honest with you. It feels like your life is good, you're feeling okay, but there could always be more, right? Something to get this kind of passion moving, to get this water energy flowing. And I think intellectually you're trying to rationalize both options. Well, saying, yeah, maybe it's worth talking to this person. Maybe there's a little bit of what could be perceived as flirting going on. But then on the other hand, maybe you're wrong. Maybe you're just kind of seeing what secretly you want to see. Or it wouldn't be worth exploring that because you work together, because you're already in a relationship, or whatever the reasoning is, right? So there's some confusion here about what to do. There's this kind of, we're too much in our head about it that we're going to go back and forth on it. We're not going to really do anything. But what the cards are signifying here is that you're ready to do something. You're ready to perhaps take some action. Now we're going to move to the path of the serpent now. And as I do this, I also want to remind everybody to please hit the like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, all right, especially if this is resonating with you. Okay, moving to the path of the serpent now, we have got that Four of Cups. And I feel like this is a general energy, okay? But this is something that I think if you feel it, if you kind of allow yourself to admit it, I think that there's a little bit of this stagnation going on. A Four of Cups is very good energy. It's very stable energy. But it's meant to be temporary, okay? This is kind of, this is almost an apathy, almost an absence of feeling. Right? There's nothing really exciting going on. It's like we're in a boat, we're in a sailboat, we're just kind of anchored here in the cove. It's safe here, our boat's not sinking, but we're not sailing the open seas. We're not on any adventures either, right? We're just here, and that's okay. I think we've got this Fool energy. I think you're kind of leaning towards wanting adventure, but thinking that adventure would really put a lot of other things at risk. Maybe it's not worth it, right? Maybe it's not worth it. But what we see here with this Devil card, this is your power card. It's in the position of your environment. Okay? And to have you showing up in your own environment kind of shows that you are looking at yourself and kind of putting yourself first now, right? And as I said at the beginning, it's time for you to do you, you know? I think that you're really putting your needs, your desires, your will, and your intentions as a top priority. Because I don't think that you've always done that. And especially since we've got a Four of Cups here, I think that you've put emotional fulfillment on the back burner to focus on the functioning of this group. Now, it really feels like a workplace scenario. But again, it could be in a community organization, a charitable organization, it could be with a friend group, a book club, it could be a church or temple or whatever, right? Whatever venue we're talking about here. And it really is an interesting mix here, because on the one hand, there's the idea of finding some emotional fulfillment, finding something to get the water energy flowing. This is the only water energy we have. Right? And it's pretty locked up. And then on the other hand, with the Tower and with the Three of Pentacles, it's kind of like, are we putting this cooperative relationship at risk? Right? And maybe those are maybe it's a false dichotomy here. Maybe it's not kind of one or the other. Maybe we'll see that what we need to do is pursue this, I don't want to say relationship, pursue this conversation, right? At least see what's there. Yeah, see what's there, because maybe there is something that needs to be shaken up a little bit, right? Maybe we'll see that getting this water energy flowing and shaking up the vibe or shaking up the dynamic in this organization could really lead to more fulfillment, to a higher degree of success or progress, or whatever you're working on in this situation. Okay. And really, with the High Priestess here, it seems it's a message directly for you. Now, there is, I don't know if we can get an idea of who this person is. I don't know. I kind of think they're younger than you, and they may be an air sign, because I feel like they're represented by this Princess of Swords, and just, it's not gender specific, but I feel like they're just a little bit shy. They don't know how to approach it, so they're just dropping these subtle or maybe not so subtle hints, right? But this whole scenario seems to be a message from Spirit that says, hey, it's time for you to put your needs first. It doesn't mean that you have to start a relationship with this person or whatever, but that you should not inhibit yourself from any kind of love, happiness, self-expression, right? It's almost like a message that you have to allow yourself to at least explore who you are and what you want. It's time for this devil energy to be more of a priority for you. Now, what we don't want is the Knight of Wands. This is some very impulsive energy. This is kind of getting carried away with things. We don't want to just be infatuated and just get swept away, and that would probably result in a tower kind of energy, a tower scenario, right? Things being destroyed, ruining what we've built already, right? At the same time, the Knight of Wands is a card that says trust in the instinct, right? The rider here kind of has to trust the horse. Yeah. So to me, it feels like, don't try to manipulate the situation with your mind. Don't try to reason it out. Don't try to rationalize either kind of decision or any course of action. Trust in what you feel. Trust in what you feel drawn to. Maintain, of course, the control, right? You've got to hold the reins. But trust yourself. Trust your instinct. Trust your body, right? Like this horse here. Now, the final card is interesting because it's a Prince of Pentacles. And it kind of shows me that it's business as usual now, right? So the final outcome, maybe this is the desired outcome. Maybe this is kind of what you're saying to yourself right now. I mean, no, I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to ignore this person and the little notes that they leave me, or the confusing text messages, or just the little gifts that they're giving you, or the compliments, or something like that. It's almost as if you just want to ignore that and continue on business as usual. Okay. This is a very fixed earth energy. And this is kind of saying, look, I don't want to rock the boat. Right? You don't want to rock the boat here. What I want to do, because we've got this 8, because we've got this 8 of Swords, I want to do one of our Language of Flowers affirmation cards. Yeah. We don't use these as often as we used to, but with the 8 of Swords, I kind of want to see if we can get, this one flipped out first. That one says the status, adaptation, change will be better than you think. Well, that's what I was going for here with the Tower. Maybe something does need to be shaken up, right? Maybe there are some barriers that need to be torn down, right? And perhaps for some of you, if you're in a relationship already, maybe this is a way to really to figure out what you need, and not necessarily to pursue this relationship at work or whatever, but to use this situation as a way to unlock your desires, your needs, and take this energy into your current relationship. Right? Change will be better than you think. Things cannot stay this way. Right? Whatever happens, things are not going to stay this way. And I think that we need to embrace this tower as a positive change rather than a negative change or a destruction. You know? So I don't think it's really being advised necessarily that you just start this other relationship. Maybe it is something worth exploring, right? For some of you, it might be a way to shift your focus onto your needs. Shift your focus back to this devil in the environment, right? Because in certain ways, this devil could be something in your environment is tempting you. And you're being tempted because your needs, your desires are frozen, are locked up in this Four of Cups. Okay? Now, whether or not you pursue this temptation, that's up to you. That's your decision. Right? It's your decision if you are going to perhaps start something new, start a new adventure, and you have to determine if that would be a wise move or an unwise move. We've got this Fool here, right? Maybe we should do an I Ching reading with this one. What do you think? Sometimes it's good for the Fool to get a hexagram from the I Ching to see how we might be more wise in our actions and our decisions. Because I think either way you look at it, this is a situation that is at least prompting you to shift your focus, right? To begin something new by putting your needs and your desires more towards the top of the list, right? To get this water energy opened up. I hope the mystery card is some water energy, to be honest, right? I think that's what we need because we don't have anything else here. Let's see what that High Priestess is really saying about that Fool. 34. Great vigor. That sounds nice, right? Constancy bears fruit. Make a decision and go for it and see where it leads. With great vigor, you stand upright and robust, full of resilient energy, inspired and animated by strong purpose. You are ready to wield your strength like a hero. To yield results, you will need to act with steadiness and consistency, standing in your strength, but without mistaking it for omnipotence. How will you use your power and where do you stand? So to me, this is, power card. It's time for you to assume your power, take charge of your life. If you want to unleash this water energy, then it's up to you. It's your right to do so. It's within your power to do that, right? And this may be a situation that is reminding you of your power, of your great vigor, the power to pursue this interest or to not pursue this interest, right? The power to open up your heart, your water energy, your desires, and fulfill them, right? Let's look at the mystery card now. Okay. I'm curious, very curious about this mystery card. I want it to be some water energy. Thank you, Mr. Dow. I think water is what we need. We need to unleash this because it really is locked up here. And that's kind of what the tower is doing, I think. Whether this means we're pursuing this interest or this temptation or this potential friendship or relationship or whatever it is. I think water energy. Let's see. Okay. It's not water energy. It is your power card again. And I think honestly with this having an echo of this devil energy, this is saying that you've got to do whatever you need to fulfill your needs, right? So a little bit of innuendo here too. But I think that this is, it's no longer going to work for you to keep your needs and your desires frozen in time and space. Okay? The devil is saying, find what fulfills you and go after it. Now, it doesn't even have to be romance. For some of you, you're thinking, no, for me, it's business as usual, right? And that's okay. It does not have to be romantic. I think this situation is meant to remind you of your power. It's there not as necessarily the way forward, but as a prompt, as a reminder that you have needs and desires and you have to fulfill those, and you have the power to direct your life towards fulfillment. Right? And even if in the process of pursuing your own happiness and pleasure and fulfillment, there is some collateral damage, I don't think that's always such a bad thing. You can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs, right? We can't go through the world worried that any move we make is going to hurt someone, harm someone, or take something away from someone else. Now, we don't want to do that. We want to minimize. We want to be part of the ecology, right? Part of the environment. We want to live in harmony, right? We don't want to cause any harm. We don't want to take things away from other people or cause any suffering in the world. But we have to be reasonable about this, you know. And if you're pursuing your kind of natural inclinations and your natural desires, your will, your purpose, what will fulfill you, then I don't think there will be a lot of collateral damage, because I think you're someone that kind of can take the whole picture into account. Right? So you understand the consequences of your actions, and you will judge them to be necessary. But it's in your power, and I think you have to seize that power. Okay? And I think this situation, it might just be a minor situation. Maybe it's just someone at work's flirting with you. Take that as a prompt that says, I've got to start living my life and pursuing my happiness, my dreams, my desires. Right? Well, it sounds selfish, yeah, but sometimes you have to be selfish. I think that you've been selfless for a long time. It's time to put yourself closer to the top of the list there. Okay? Now, we're going to do an extended reading, Capricorn. If you want to stick around, click in the corner. That will give you access to all of the extended readings, not just for Capricorn, but for every sign. All right? You can cross-watch, check your other placements. New readings for Capricorn every Thursday and Sunday, right, 6 a.m. Chicago time. Please leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. All right. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.